Hello, everybody, and welcome to the WAFB News. I am your host, Roger, and alongside me here, I got
his co-host, Jesse. Hey, everyone.
And so what today we're going to be talking to you about is American football leagues, but not the ones that y'all typically know, like the NFL and the CFL. We're actually going to go a little bit above and beyond and actually talk about all of the American football leagues, from China to India to Mexico and everywhere in between.
Yeah, we'll barely cover the surface of it, but in future videos we'll get more in depth. And as y'all learn, we'll learn, and we'll cover that together.
And just one quick thing, the WAFB News stands for the World American Football News. Just a little ad there.
And we will be talking about leagues in the season now. So, like my brother said, NFL, CFL, they're out since they're out of season.
So, Jesse, what are we going to be talking about first today?
Let's start with the American Football League in Mexico.
Okay, that's going to be the LFA. And just real quick, as we go through all these leagues, they are from different regions, different languages, and me and my brother don't know every language known to man. We just know the basic English and a little bit of
Espanol. But yeah, because I can't pronounce any of these names. I'm looking at these papers right now.
But we're going to try to do the best we can. And also, if we do mess up a name, or if you hear us say a name wrong, please leave down in the comments. And or if we don't go to your league, if we happen to miss your league, if it is in season and we just happen to miss it, please let us know as well.
But don't get mad at us.
Just please don't. All right, now onwards to the LFA.
LFA standing for Liga Fútbol Americano Profesional.
And so I do know that some of the teams, I believe 2 or 3, aren't playing right now in the season. I don't know if that's because of COVID, but some of them aren't playing. So for this week, or the previous week, they just started their opening season, March 4, 2022. We had the Greyhounds and the Roosters playing in Tijuana, and the Roosters really had an amazing game with their opening week at 9-33. Roosters really taking it.
Let me see. In March 5th, the Mexicas took on the Dinos in what looked like to be a very slow game, but maybe not bad, where the Dinos won 10-7.
Yeah, well, that would be an interesting one there. Continuing on with March 5th, 2022, we had another game with the Kings and the Raptors. My brother, do you know what that says?
Looks like it said that the Raptors won 13-10, played at Guadalajara. So that was also another slow game right there too. So it looks like so far the Roosters got the offensive power.
And I do want to say that in the future, when games are played, I'm really gonna try to find some maybe video clips that we can possibly put in there. Hopefully it won't be copyright infringement, or maybe pictures just to show, and also talk about the players and their strategies in there. But for right now, we're just gonna give you the basic facts: who won and who lost. So that was the end of the previous week of March 4th to 5th. This upcoming week, we're going to have 2 games on the 12th and 13th. It's going to be the
Dinos taking on the Founders, and then on the 13th, the Raptors taking on the Mexica. All right, and shout out to Mexico on that. So let's go on to the next one. Roger, what's the next league we're talking about?
Oh, that's going to be the FIDAF. And that's going to be the Italian Federation of American Football. And just to let y'all know, in this association or league per se, they kind of break it down in different divisions, very similar to how American College does Division 1, 2, and 3. We're just going to be focusing on Division 1 in Italy.
So basically the good teams, and then we're going to just ignore the trash teams. So let me go ahead and start off here. Week 1 here, let's play it on Saturday, March the 5th.
This is going to be the opening week.
The opening week, yep. We're going to have the Parma Panthers against the Florence Guelfi. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Looks like the Panthers took it 24-21, so actually pretty good game there.
All right, and we're going to go into the second game. This was Sunday, March 6th. This was against the Dolphins, going up against the Warriors. Dolphins taking the lead and winning with 20-14. If I had to guess, it probably was a good game too.
And the next one was probably not a good game if you're the Ducks, because they laid an egg. Ducks go 0, Seamen go 38. March the 6th wasn't even a game.
It was more like a one-sided event.
The Ducks got cooked.
Ducks got cooked. Amen to that. So we're going in now into this next week, which is going to be week 2, which y'all can be looking at. You're going to be seeing 3 games being played. The Seamen playing the Panthers.
That should actually be a good one, because those are the ones who actually had the high scores from the week 1.
You're right. They are both the winning, some of the winning teams. So we got 2 supposedly undefeated teams playing with 1-0.
And it looks like we got the Warriors on Saturday, March 12th, taking on the Mastini Verona. Okay, I don't know anything about that team, but the Warriors lost not to a good start. Hopefully they can turn around on that one.
Yes, that's true. Well, then we have we're going to be looking at the Ducks playing against the Rhinos. We didn't see the Rhinos play this week. We saw what the Ducks did last week.
And so they're probably going to lose again, and they can hatch another egg right there.
Or they can maybe come back and win it all.
Maybe.
Alrighty, well, that's going to be the end for Italy. We're going to now go...
Shout out to Italy.
Shout out to Italy. We are now going to go into the great country of Ireland.
Shout out to Ireland.
Shout out to Ireland. And so for Ireland, they have not started their league yet. Or I'm sorry, is it league?
Yeah, they started their season.
Started the season. They haven't started their season yet. They actually play March 13th this coming week. So we're going to be seeing the opening week of Ireland.
Looks like it's going to be the UCD taking on the Knights. And we got, like I said, we have no previous week results to go based off of, and we don't really know in depth the team. So hopefully that's a good one right there.
And now we're going to be seeing that same day. We're going to have the Cowboys play against the Rhinos. And if I was a betting man, just going by the names, we're probably going to go with the Rhinos, because in Dallas, Cowboys always lose.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's true.
So, hey, let's go with the Rhinos. But we don't have a lot to talk about here. Let's just, since we don't have all that much, let's just go a little bit into the teams that are playing. So we have the Knights, we have the Trojans, the
Admirals, the Rebels,
the Panthers,
the UCD, the Cowboys, and then the Rhinos.
And I was just giving you a little information. And of course, in the next videos, I don't know if I said this, but I'm hoping to have 2 videos a week. One explaining what's happening every single week, and the second one just going through basic in depth of each individual league to give you an idea of when they started, who's the best player to look at, and overall maybe try to compare them to the NFL and see where they're at.
Maybe they're better. Probably not.
Well, there might be some competitors in there for sure that we could probably use in the NFL, make it even more interesting.
All right, so the next league we're going to talk about is the league in France. Now, fair warning, guys. It's these team names. Some of them are very hard to pronounce, so we're going to try our best. Forgive us. But the league in France is the FFFA, and that is going to stand for the Fédération Française de Football Américain. So go ahead and kick that off, Raj.
Just to add on something from what you just said, you're going to realize that we started probably with the easiest leagues that we could understand, and we're getting to the hardest leagues that are in season right now that we can not understand, but we just don't know the language and enough information to explain. And just so everyone, fair warning, we're in France right now, but there is 5 leagues that we know of that are in season. But continuing off with the FFFA, This league is broken down into two different conferences. Well, it's actually broken down into very similar of American college, where it has different leagues or different
Conferences.
yeah, different conferences, different leagues. I'm sorry, but in this league, it's, would you say, the NFL type league? And in that league, it's broken down into two conferences, A and B. And actually, you're gonna go first because you have A.
All right, let me go first. I got 8. Looks like
Oh, and I apologize. We are in week 4 of 10. We're getting into mid-season right now.
Okay, so let me view week 3 results then. All right. Looks like we had a game on the 3rd. It looked like the Flash took on the Spartiatis. I hope I'm saying that right, guys. And let me tell you something. The score was 63-0. Flash wins. So the Spartiatis pretty much dookie. Looks like the next game is the Black Panthers and the Vikings. Vikings also dookie. 0-53. Black Panthers win. And then the actual game of one day later was the Cougars and the Molossus, where the Molossus lost 16-27. Cougars win that one. And just kind of some additional information, I actually got the current rankings right now.
This is going to be good.
Yeah, first place, Flash destroyed the Spartiati 63-0. Second place, the Cougars. They also just recently beat the Molossus. Third place, Black Panthers, who also won, beat the Vikings 53-0. And then we're going to go to our trash teams, the Spartiatis, who are fourth, even though they lost 0-63. And the Molossus, who also lost 27-16 to the Cougars. And dead last place, the Vikings, who also did not put up a single point against the Black Panthers, 53-0.
You know, in that league, I would question to say, I don't know if they played already, but I think the top game to watch there would probably be the Flash and the Black Panthers. And just to watch an underdog game, I would see the Spartiatis and the Vikings.
Yeah, you watch that. I probably have something better to do with my time than watch that.
All right, but what's coming up for next week that we can look at?
Okay, next week, Flash taking on the Cougars.
Mm-hmm.
So, number 1 versus number 2, that's the game to watch. Spartiatis taking on the Black Panthers. Don't even watch it. Black Panthers going to win. And Molossus taking on the Vikings. Those are 5th and 6th place taking each other, so you're going to watch that. I am not.
And I will let you know. I'm always an underdog, man, so I am going to go for the Vikings all day. And you know what? At the end of this, I'm going to tell you, if the Vikings are in 4th, we'll have that conversation when we get to it, but I'll bet you something.
All right.
All right, so now we're going into Conference B. Now this, I don't know if they're broken down. Maybe this one's a different league. If I'm correct, I believe it's just like the East and West. So Conference B is going to be the opposite side. We're going to have here in week 3 the Blue Stars going up against the Centaurs. Now this one was a one-sided event. The Blue Stars taking a commanding lead and won with 48-0.
Looks like the Centaurs should be in my conference with the other freaking horrible teams, the Vikings and the Spartiatis, not even scoring any points.
Well, let's hold those thoughts until the end of the season, and we'll come back with that. That was March 5th. Now we're going to go into March 6th with 2 more games. We had the Argonauts going up against the Hurricanes. Now this one was either they had a really good offense or their defense didn't just show up to play for both of them, but the Argonauts won 53-41.
Hurricanes lose that one. You could say they calmed the storm on that one.
Or did the Argonauts calm the storm?
Yeah, they did.
They did. Okay, so finally the last game here. Now, in my piece of paper, it says hours. And I don't know if that's correct since we translated it from French, if I'm correct. But it's the Toulouse.
Toulouse.
So I don't know if that comes out as ours, but they played against the Grizzlies, and that game, either the Hours was coming up or try to make a comeback, but it was 48-13. Grizzlies taking that one. And then for the upcoming week, I got 3 good games here. The Hurricanes playing against Hours, both of them coming up from a loss. Hurricanes scored more. I think that could be a good game to watch. Maybe Hurricanes taking that one. We're going to have on March the 20th 2 games here. The Grizzlies going up against the Centaurs. Be honest, I like going for underdogs, but I think the Grizzlies are going to take that one. And then finally, the Argonauts playing against the Blue Stars. I think that one is going to be the one to watch.
Yeah, that's number 1 versus number 2 right now.
Yeah, thank you.
Should be pretty good.
It is going to be pretty good. Now, my fellow colleague jumped the gun there, but I'm glad he said it. Going into their rankings right now, Blue Stars in first place, Argonauts in second, Grizzlies in third, Ours in fourth, Centaurs and Hurricanes in fifth.
How the heck are the Hurricanes dead last, but they're the ones who put up 41 points?
And they played against the Argonauts, which is number 2.
Who are number 2? You would think they would be higher, but I guess not.
Well, we'll find out very soon. Hopefully we can get some footage of that game, or not that game, but in the future games, and find out who are the scorers and what they can do.
Pretty cool.
Shout out to France. So, what's the next one going to be, Raj?
Alrighty, so this is going to be the 5th and final league that we found that's playing, that's in season right now, and actually is close to finishing, I believe. It's going to be the AFI.
AFI standing for American Football in Israel.
So before we get down into this, the translation...
it's kind of tough because we don't speak Hebrew.
Yeah, and using our old friend Google did help us out find some winning teams. I don't have all the exact information yet. Hopefully, throughout this week, so I can get more for you and we can talk about just a little bit more of what the AFI is. But they're right now starting into week 6.
And it looks like the final week is week 9.
Yes, there we go. And so what we're actually going to talk about is just week 4 and 5, the winning teams and the results of that.
So it looks like week 4, winner was Tel Aviv, and they won 48-32. And then we have a Beit Shemesh, which won 56-0. Then a Ramat Hasharon winning 51-20. And then very recently, Beit Shemesh won again 36-23. Now it looks like a game did get rejected.
Don't know a lot of information on that, but when we do, I'll give you.
Let y'all know, yeah.
Well, we'll definitely let y'all know. Going into week 6, it doesn't have any of the information other than what days they play. You're going to be looking at the 10th and 11th. That should be coming up very soon. March 10th and 11th. Playing 2100 hours and 9 a.m. or 900 hours. Of course, wish to give you more information. Right now, we just don't have it.
Hoping to get you more later, though.
Yeah, definitely. Just a little thing to talk about. We've been picking out some of the good and bad teams. We can only see the good teams here. Jerusalem with that 0-73 in week 3. Definitely.
They destroyed them.
Whoever it was, I mean, they got destroyed bad. So
it was probably the same people that they Beit Shemesh won 56-0.
I didn't want to say anything, but I thought that too.
And shout out to Israel on that one.
And shout out to Israel indeed. And so there you have it, guys, for the week of March 5th and 6th. Those are all the leagues that are playing as of right now that we know of. If you know any other leagues that are playing, please comment it down below and where you find your information so we can definitely give everybody just the idea of what international American football looks like, different leagues. And of course, throughout this, we are going to give you some more information. Hopefully, we can give you some team names, the players in the teams, coaches, and what's actually going on. And
if we said anything wrong,
Please let us know in the comments how to properly pronounce them and have patience with us, please.
Yes, please indeed. For all two of us here in the WAFB News, I am Roger.
And I'm Jesse. And we're saying bye.